Hi everyone, this is Jared, AC7WH Backyard Ham Radio. And today I am featuring my latest antenna that can be used for POTA or SOTA or any portable operations. I'm going to show you some other antennas that go along with this in my antenna box shortly. And in my next video, I hope to show you what the results are with the tuning and how well this comes up on SWR with my Rig Expert antenna analyzer. So if you've seen my previous videos, you will recognize the equipment here. There's my Palomar Engineers Un. And I've got some radials here. Now I have them labeled. So like that one is 10R, meaning a 10 meter radial, and it's a quarter wavelength, for in the middle of the 10 meter band, voice portion. So the voice portion would be typically 28.3 up to 29.7, so right in the middle of that, with 700 kilohertz on either side would be 29 megahertz, and that's what I trimmed this for, with maybe a bit to spare, because I know it's best to start longer and then you can trim from there. But because I use an antenna tuner, that will just take up any little difference generally. But I wanted something that would help my antenna tuner not have to work so hard. So what I can see here is the antenna with my carbon fiber mast, and then here's one of the radials. Now it's like a radial, but it's technically a counterpoise because it is above ground level. So you can see there's the ground level down there and also over here. I have used 3 in the past, and in some cases even more, but for simplicity's sake and because I don't want, especially on the lower bands, the radials to be coming way up over here this direction toward the house, and that happens to be a gas line, which is handy, but I don't think you want the ends of a high voltage wire for the counterpoise to be close to a gas line. That's not a good idea, is it? Nope. All right, so there's the other radial. And so if I go over here and look, this is not a very long wire at all, but of course that's for the middle of the 10 meter band. But I have my antenna box that I would like to show you. I'm intending to use those same radials because of the fact, regardless of band, because of the fact that there's only so much room here. That fence right there is at the end of my property. And I could go left and right some more, but then those wires are going to start getting very close to the ground and become more lossy. So I figure the best compromise for simplicity's sake and all-around use is to change out the driven element up here on my mast and then keep for now the same radial counterpoise wires. By the way, there is that POTA Explorer, the 33-foot heavy-duty carbon fiber mast. And I've got my coax running into the shack there with a couple of RF chokes right there. You can just kind of see them. That way it's choking off any RF, besides the fact that the un is going to also choke that off. Okay, but this is my antenna box. This would be just a shoebox, super simple, that can be taken remotely or very easily used for what I'm doing here. And I have each driven element antenna labeled. So this one is the 6 meter antenna. And then I've also got my 12 meter antenna. And then I've got lots of others. So there's a 17, a 15. They're all pre-cut. My dad helped me trim these and get them measured and all of that a few days ago. But I've even got all the way up to 40. So every band is covered here. Major band for voice, that is, from 6 meters all the way down to 40 meters, other than I have the 10 meter one out there. So let's see how this does. Wish me well. Thank you so much. This is Jared, AC7WH, Backyard Ham Radio 73.